I just don't want to have to take opiates anymore. I just want to live my life, man. Like,
You want to live your life without being dependent on something, and that's an amazing feeling to not. That's the
yeah.
goal. The goal is to be able to wake up and not go, "Oh, I have to." I
But
get it.
the good news is I wasn't like, I need to go use, like I was out going looking or hunting. I just didn't feel well. And it wasn't like detox of withdrawals, right? I had some withdrawal symptoms that threw me off guard and
It sucks. There's the feeling of it sucks though.
I know.
Welcome back to Recovery for Life. I'm Chris Howard, peer counselor at Indigo Recovery in New York City, and host of this bi-weekly podcast where we come together to talk about addiction and recovery, personal growth, and connection. I'm going to virtually pass the mic and give everyone a few minutes to say hello and fill us in the last couple of weeks. Amy, you're going first.
Hey, I'm Amy. I've been busy taking Christmas decorations down and with my kid home, spending time with Lakin. And I actually have gotten 2 visits from my dad. So that's been cool. We've been reconnecting. That's what I've been doing.
Well, thanks. Frankie, how about you?
Hey y'all, Frankie here. Good to see everyone. Me and my wife moved into our new apartment, which is gorgeous. It feels good to be in here. I will say, I hate to brag, but I have a washer dryer. That's like a luxury in my world. And it's super exciting. But the plug behind the washer dryer is the incorrect one. So an electrician has to come. It's cool to look at though. It's nice to like see it and know one day I can use it. So the move is done. My wife is about 3 weeks away from giving birth, which is crazy to say. I'm going to be a dad. It's good to know that it's now because 15 years ago, I would have never been able to deal with this. So I'm happy it's happening now. Yeah, I mean, that's about it. All good things. I'm exhausted. I'm really, really super tired, but it is what it is. It's life and I'm feeling good.
All right. Can't wait to have that washer and dryer going. That's a real luxury in New York, man. Having that in your apartment. Sometimes that's takes up an entire apartment. It's about the size of most. Audrey, you're up.
Let's see, past few weeks, I feel like even though I'm unemployed, I've been doing a lot of just like self work. So that includes just going to the gym as much as I can. Once a day is good enough for me. It doesn't even have to be like an intense workout, but that's been going well. I also visited my friends in the city and that was fun. It was my birthday a few weeks ago or a week ago. I don't remember. Time is a bit hard for me. So I'm trying to make connections between how I'm feeling and like what's going on in my life. Because I always do this thing where whenever I'm feeling some type of way, even if it's like a good emotion or a negative emotion, I try to think like, okay, why am I feeling this way and how can I keep it this way or how can I make these feelings go away? I have a habit of doing that, just overthinking the emotions. So I guess recently, really just these past few days, like everything's been going really well for me, I think. But it is easy, especially being home and not having a lot to do per se. It's easy for my mind to just kind of spiral. And I've been feeling like kind of tired these past few days. I did get my Sublocade shot over a week ago now. So that might be contributing to me feeling a little bit tired and kind of lazy and just like generally irritated. So no one really likes to feel that way, but I understand that it's just a part of life. So that's really what's going on with me. Everything is going generally really well.
Cool. Thanks. John, you're up.
Hi, yeah. John, checking in. My dishwasher is flooding my kitchen currently. Fun times. Just got back from building a desk for my niece. I've been running around all day. We're still unpacking. We just moved in to a new townhouse ourselves, so we're trying to get acquainted with it. And I don't know how the dishwasher got into that state, but hopefully the landlord can help me fix it after the podcast. But other than that, over the past couple of weeks, I have been feeling a bit of physical withdrawals from Sublocade, and they're not actually 2 weeks ago they were bad enough for me to call out of sick from work twice and call Indigo Recovery to talk to a doctor about it because I thought I was legitimately ill. From day one when I got prescribed the shot, the doctors and everybody who I had spoken with was like, oh, you're not going to have any withdrawals, you're not going to have any withdrawals. And I found that hard to believe. And I should have had known when I woke up with the withdrawal sweats, and I don't know, other opiate addicts suffer from this, but it smells terribly. It doesn't smell like you're sick or you're exerting yourself or anything like that. It's just a really wretched smell, and I had to clean the sheets and all my clothes, and I got through it, and I'm feeling better now. And I'm just tired. I've been running around all day, and now I got to deal with this dishwasher situation after the podcast. So it's I don't know, but there are a lot of good things going on in my life as well. So life is life. Nobody said life is going to be easy in sobriety or just ever, I guess, really, right? Like, so it's interesting dealing with this stuff sober. So that's really it. Amy, you wanted to say something?
I just wasn't very honest. I've been seriously thinking about moving in with my dad. So if y'all could just keep me in your prayers. It's a big decision. Really big one.
Very big. Thanks for letting us know. I'm going to check in too. I'm here. I'm okay. I'm going to fess up that I've been living a little bit in the future, which has been bothering me. And it's not usually my thing, but been spending a lot of time not worrying about it, but just this unknown of whatever's coming down the road has been starting to bother me a little bit because I really don't know. I'm doing a lot of different things now, and I have no idea where they're taking me. Honestly, I'm kind of letting the current take me along. It's a good current, and I also am, honestly, not that sure of myself in what I'm doing, and it's challenging. It's really challenging, and we'll see. Everything's fine. I have absolutely nothing to complain about. Things are going really well. It's all up here. It's the self-talk part that's getting to me right now, and so I have to just be careful about that and talk about it. Right? Got to talk about it. John, what's up?
Yeah, I relate to that 100%, Chris. I honestly have been living in the future a bit myself. About 2 weeks ago now, almost, when I had that withdrawal spell or whatever it was. It took me by surprise, and now I'm frightened it'll happen again. I don't want it to happen again. I don't want to be debilitated and not work. It sucks. I just want to be able to live my life, and it's been really weighing on my mind. And there's not a lot of information out there about my situation, and I've been doing my due diligence. I've been reaching out. I've been being honest with everybody about it, but I don't know. Like last night, my wife was like, "Are you okay?" I'm like, because I was just totally zoned out. Like I was just like so fixated on like, do I have chills? Do I have the you know what I mean? Like if I was doing this check on myself, and I'm like, what am I doing? Like I don't know.
Okay, I'm curious about your withdrawals. When we spoke a couple weeks ago, you seemed like awesome and like you were just off it, right?
Mhm.
So when did they start to, when did you start to feel them? So how far off of the shot did all of a sudden you start to feel those? Because last time we spoke, you were off it and you sounded great. And I'm just, personally, like, it's just like, I'm thinking about maybe taking the shot and like, I'm nervous and the idea of the withdrawals, I think for me is worse than the actual thing. Like it's so mental for me. And like, I become so like in my head about it and I spiral out. Does that happen to you as well?
It did in the moment. So actually, let me back up. Like the past 2 months, I don't know if I had mentioned this or not. There were times where I thought I was in withdrawals, and then I call, whoever at Midtown, and they were like, "Oh, just take your anxiety medication. It's just anxiety." And deep down, I was like, "No, I'm sure it's anxiety, but I think these are withdrawals." But they went away really quick. It wasn't like something that was keeping me in bed, and I couldn't concentrate, and I wasn't having cold sweats and stuff. I don't know.
But you did have to take some Suboxone, right?
Yeah. So I ended up taking 2 milligrams of Suboxone to get to feel better. Because they gave me flu medication. I took it. I looked at myself. In the
Figured it
mirror.
out. It
Yeah,
wasn't the flu.
I went to the bathroom after I ate and took the medication, and I looked at myself, and I'm like, my pupils are dilated, my skin tone's off, I smell like crap, withdrawal sweat. Like
You felt like you were detoxing.
Yeah,
I'm
we
like-
know these. Yeah,
I'm
we
like,
know.
But there was a part of my brain that's like, no way, that can't be possible. Right. Now everybody's told me otherwise. But I have a unique situation. I've been on it a long time. I was on a long time, right? Like, and I was on 300 a year and 100 another year, but in between there I had to do a reset because of the pandemic. So I've been on it for decent amount of time, and even before that I was on Suboxone and whatever else I was on, so I don't know. It's all subjective. I've spoken with people who have gotten off of it. They were on a 6 to 12-month thing, and they were a year, 2 years off. They were fine. They didn't say they didn't have any withdrawals. So maybe it's just I'm sensitive to it, or my regimen was different. I don't know. I have no idea. But I can tell you, I can tell you this, Frankie. Between the IVF, the moving, finding out my sister has cancer, I mean, it's just been one thing after another, and I don't know if I just hit it like a wall, or I don't know. I don't know. So what we're gonna do is, if I can make it 2 weeks without having to take a Suboxone. Right now, I haven't had to take one since, but I'm gonna get my buprenorphine levels checked, and I should have been doing that the entire time, I guess. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what the protocol is, but I do remember talking with the doctors, and they said, if you're not feeling right, take the 2 milligrams of Suboxone. That's what it's prescribed for. So I did it. I didn't want to have to do it. I looked at it for like 15 minutes, and I'm like, dang, I got to do this. Do I have to do this? It sucked. It really did. It freaking sucked. And I did it, and I still feel indifferent about it. Like I don't know how to feel about it. Like
I say it was good to have.
well, yeah, it's better than the alternatives, right?
I can understand where you're coming from.
Yeah,
It's like you feel like you're taking a step back,
yeah,
and you're not. You're not.
Well, I just don't want to have to take opiates anymore. I just want to live my life, man. Like,
You want to live your life without being dependent on something, and that's an amazing feeling to not. That's
Yeah.
the goal. The goal is to be able to wake up and not go, "Oh, I have to." You
Yeah.
know, I get it.
The good news is like, I wasn't like, oh my God, I need to go use, like, like I was out going looking or hunting or whatever. I just didn't feel well. And, it wasn't like detox of withdrawals, right? Like, this was just, like a bump in the road. Like,
Yeah.
I had some withdrawal symptoms that threw me off guard, and
It sucks. There's the feeling of it sucks, though.
I know, like, even just
Sucks.
the faintest, like, I don't know, when I start losing concentration, and my body temperature's going all over the place, and my legs are doing weird things, and I'm yawning, and my eyes are watering.
God, I have
Yeah.
anxiety.
Yeah, I'm like, all right, something's not right.
It also like kind of brings you, well, at least for me, like every time I would go through withdrawals, it would bring me back to like basically all of the other times I had withdrawals, and I'd be like, felt like a culmination of every negative withdrawal experience I've ever had. Like, I'm reminded of that every time that I would feel withdrawals. So like, that sucks. Like, yeah, it might not be that much like pain, or might not be that uncomfortable, even though it is uncomfortable. It makes it worse that like you have been off of this for a bit, and you just want to get off of it, stay off of it, and B, that you had to take some, and then C, you have to go through withdrawals, and then everything else that's going on in your life. So that's hard, I feel. You said that you were getting your levels checked for buprenorphine. Was that a recommendation from you or the office?
From the office.
Okay, that's good.
Daniel recommended it, and hindsight's 2020, right? I should have been doing that the entire time, but I didn't, and I just trusted the doctors. I just was like, all right, they said that I'm not gonna have any withdrawals if I do. And I'm not here to try to scare anybody off the shot or away from it. Like,
We need the honesty.
I just want to let you know what I went through. Like,
I don't even think I'm scared of the shot. I don't think I think I'm just scared to taper to the point where I want to be. You know what I mean? I think I'm nervous to taper to the place that I want to be.
I completely understand, Frankie. I get it. And that's what I was hoping with the Sublocade shot was like, it would do it for me.
Right.
Then thinking back on that, I'm like, there's no silver bullet. Like I have to go through something, right?
Right.
Something has to happen. I mean, you can't just not have withdrawals, right?
Right.
Like it didn't make sense to me. But
It's definitely like probably way, way better than trying. Well, at least I think it's a lot better than trying to like taper yourself, especially with the pills, like
yeah,
taking a little bit less. Like I failed every time I tried to do that. So I'm like I'm happy to still be on the shot. Like even though my dosage went from 300 to 100 in the span of 2 months, like that's in retrospect, I'm like, that's kind of a lot. So yeah, I'm dealing with it. And also like back to your situation, John, like it's really, it's annoying to deal with, but I think it's better. Yes, still sucks, but I think it's better than taking the pills and tapering off of the pills,
agreed.
at least.
Oh no, 100%. I've tapered off of Suboxone before, and my gosh, I was like in bed for 3 months before I could go back to work.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, so I mean, now I'm heading into this. It's 6 months off the shot now, right? And I feel like like the night terrors went away, my anxiety's kind of leveled out. Now it's just like, I don't know what's gonna happen. Maybe that was it. I don't know. Maybe that was all it was. I had to get it out of my system over the 6 months. I did a lot of moving around with the moving, like from New York to where I am now. More moving than more physical exertion than I had ever done in 3 years because of the pandemic, right? So maybe I sped up my metabolism, maybe that dropped my buprenorphine levels down to 0. I have no idea. So like, I'm in uncharted territories, and it's not a good feeling. Really, honestly, it sucks. But like, but I feel good now. But right now, as I am, I feel good. I feel great. Like as Frankie was stating, like, before he found out that I went through withdrawals, right? Like I do feel like good. Like, I'm happy. I can do things. I don't have any like irregular temperatures going on and sweats or whatever, right? Like I feel like I am back where I should be in, and I hope it stays that way. That's all.
Well, you can consider the territory partially charted to start, right? We'll say you're charting new territory, but you're charting it yourself.
Yeah, well, that's sorry.
Right.
I didn't articulate that right, but for me, it's uncharted territory.
Right. Well, you're charting it as you go, right? You're making the map. You're making your own map.
Yeah,
I think that kind of we all have to do that in a way, right? And I think, Frankie, what you were saying was pretty spot on. That we want to be free of everything, but it's really scary to be free of everything, right? And that's what this is all about.
Yeah, like I want to take off this brace that I wear,
Yeah.
but I'm afraid not that the bones are going to break. It's stupid analogies. I want to take off this crutch. I want to let go of this crutch. I'm not afraid that I'm gonna use or do those things.
Right.
I'm not that.
Right.
I'm not afraid I'm going to do that. I'm just afraid I'm what I'm going to feel like without
He's
my
sick. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like the brace analogy. I used to wear active ankles. I don't know if anyone listening played volleyball, but they're like these braces that go around your ankles, and they would basically just make your ankles weaker. So I like the brace analogy. Once you take the brace off, you're like, whoa, what do I do? I can't walk.
That's what it is. It's like we have a broken bone and we have a cast on it. And we have to have this cast
That's the
on
truth.
until the bone heals. And again, I'm not afraid to take the cast off. I'm just afraid that it's going to hurt.
Yeah. And similarly, you still have to like do all of the work while the brace is on. You still got to go to physical therapy. So like for us,
Right.
while we're on Suboxone or Sublocade, we still have to do all the work.
All the work.
And then you still got to do more work. You always got to do the work, basically.
nobody said life was going to be easy, but I relate to the crutch analogy very. I don't know. I consider, like, when I was in active addiction, I felt like I was on a ball and chain, and now I mean, well, when I was on Sublocade, it was a crutch, but it allowed me to. Actually, I wanted to address what you had said about work, putting in work. Yeah, I put in a lot of work up here during that period of time and establishing my sober network, so I can, when I'm not feeling right, reach out and have an outlet to basically talk to people about what I'm going through, so I don't have to think about anything else, right? Like, I mean, that's the only thing I really think about anyway. It's just like staying sober, right? Like, and because all the work I put in, that's how my brain now functions. Thankfully, during that period of time when I was in withdrawals, like, I didn't even think about using. I didn't at all. Honestly, seriously, I didn't. I just wanted it to go away. I wanted it to feel better, and it sucked that I had to take 2 milligrams. But the whole flu, I never had the flu in my life. The whole flu thing flew out the window. Pun intended. Like, seriously, as soon as 30 minutes after I took the Suboxone, so I'm like, I don't have no flu. But yeah,
Well, see, I plan on just taking it for life. I'm just gonna admit it. That's
Well-
my plans right now.
That's an option. I mean, one of the other ways to treat this is, like it's diabetes. And if you were taking insulin, you would have to take that for the rest of your life, right? That's an option. People do
Exactly.
that too.
Yep. They
Nobody
call
says,
us lifers.
nobody says you can't do that. It's a personal choice. Getting sober is a personal choice, right? I mean, you could be out there using too, right? I mean,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
these are all choices. These are all personal choices. It's not, nobody's
like
forcing us
y'all.
to do any of this.
Let's say I'm day short on meds or something. I don't even think about going to use or go find a pain pill or this or that or whatever. It just doesn't even come in my head. Which I just realized that while y'all were saying that, because here lately, every night I've been waking up feeling like I'm in withdrawals. It's been awful. I wake up just soaked in sweat and, like you said, that smell, and
Wow.
I'm just like washing my sheets every night. It's just been awful these last, I don't know.
Is
The
it
doctor says
anxiety,
it's-
Amy?
The doctor says it's menopause.
Oh.
So, yeah, I'm at that point in my life now. So,
and maybe
Lovely.
it could be, but like
it
it's
feels like withdrawal.
it's so hard to differentiate, right? Like, I mean, like
Exactly.
because withdrawal symptoms are so similar to like flu-like symptoms,
Menopause.
or menopause,
know?
or
Yeah.
I mean, there's a ton of things that can do that, and it's very, it's unnerving, is the word I would. It's like,
It really is.
yeah, it's unnerving. I have
Just
like
out of the
this.
blue, you're like feeling like shit. And it's like, then I get up and take my medicine. I'm fine. So I'm like, this isn't menopause. I've been taking my medicine later at night. And I'm hoping it'll help because it's not fun.
Well, you know your body better than anybody else, right? I had the problem of like where this like mental block of like, oh well, the doctors told me this,
Right.
so, but
Trying to put another label on it.
yeah, I'm like,
And
no way. It's like,
Well, the flu, like I've had the flu, I've had COVID, I've had the flu. And I know when my body has the flu, I feel like shit, I'm run down. But there are very specific things that I feel in a withdrawal that
Right.
I'm fucking kicking. Like I have very specific things, like I can feel it in my knees and my legs.
Yep.
The restless leg
Immediately.
syndrome.
That
Oh
is
my
hits me.
God.
yeah,
I
The
almost,
legs shoot to my brain. So like
Yeah.
it shoots right up my back into my brain. As soon
Mhm.
as I feel my
Mhm.
legs going, my mind starts to spin out of control. And
Yeah.
then from there, my eyes start watering, and then I start yawning, and then off to the races. And like, yes, it's close to the flu, but the flu don't feel like that.
No.
And you know it right out the gate. that here it comes, and that there's the worst feeling in the world. I would not wish it on anyone.
Me
I,
either.
I, w- I
So
wouldn't wish it
bad.
upon my worst enemy. I wouldn't
Either.
wish it upon anyone. I really wouldn't.
Oh, I'll take
It's that
back.
terrible.
The worst.
Sometimes I wish. Sometimes now, my husband could be in my
Oh,
body.
sorry.
You know,
What, so
and-
they kind of understand what you're going
so
through.
they
or-
yeah, they just get an
Yeah.
understanding, not the sick part, but just could be in my mind for a moment.
Yeah, that's like a very good point. I was just thinking, Amy, like that, if people were to understand that is why people keep using drugs.
Thank
like,
you. Thank
it's
you very
not-
much.
It's very uncomfortable. Again, like
And that's my
going
life every day.
yeah, yeah,
And it's just getting old, y'all.
yeah.
I've outgrown all that. I'm not. And then it's like, are you doing this? Are you doing that? Are you? It's like, dude, that was me 10 years ago. Where have you been? Hunting?
Yeah, to be
Just-
in pain and also have someone like minimizing that.
Yeah, or just take. It
Tough.
feels like somebody's taking a freaking knife and just
Mm.
all the
Because-
work I've done. I have just like y'all know, it's a lot of work, and then for it to, to be minimized. Yeah, it hurt. It pisses me off. It hurts my feelings, and I don't know how much more. I just don't know.
I think that's a very good segue into what Audrey was talking about before we got into this other topic. You may recall.
I was kind of talking about like, I guess like after going to the city with a few of my friends, we went to a few bars, which was fun. Like it was a fun atmosphere. It was fun to like just be with my friends, but there was obviously there was drinking involved. It's a bar, but it got me thinking about how to really like not deal with these kind of situations because I was having a good time. It's just like it got me really reflecting on how I can like present myself in the world, how I want to be, how I want to make myself feel better, like how I can exist in the world and exist in situations where I might feel uncomfortable because I've felt uncomfortable for a while, like in my body in many different ways, like in social situations, etc. But now I think I've been progressing into how to make myself feel more comfortable when, yes, like I know that validation is okay and validation is much needed from your support system. But there are going to be times when I feel like, for example, I was out at this bar, I wasn't drinking. A few of my friends were like talking to each other and I was with a few other people that I didn't know. So I felt a little weird with the relational dynamic happening. Like I didn't really know who to talk to, for example. Like I wanted to interject at certain times with conversation. I didn't really know when. And I just think my ability to handle myself in either in public or in private conversations, like with my family, how to just keep myself from spiraling again, like in my own head, or just how to keep myself okay. And that again comes with like, it comes with a lot of self-work and reflection and just like kind of, I guess, going back to being present in the moment, like just letting things happen, but also checking in with yourself. That really helps. Again, like I still struggle with being okay with myself in different ways. Like I've struggled with body image issues and feeling like I'm a weird person. No one really understands. And then when people drink, sometimes it makes me feel like, oh, okay, I can talk to you now because you're drunk and
You're on my
like,
level now.
Yeah, you're on my level. Like I know I'm a fucking weirdo and that's fine. I'm learning to accept myself more and more and check in with myself when I feel uncomfortable.
That's wonderful.
Yeah, it's nice. And obviously I'm really grateful for my support system, but there are always going to be times when that uncomfortability comes back and feeling like you're not okay. Like I had a conversation with my family that was really, really uncomfortable about just being nicer to each other, basically. It was something that we had never talked about ever. So that was hard. And like, I really had to check in with my support system and myself.
That's what I've been saying, like in my marriage. Like, can't we just be nicer to each other? Why can't? What's the problem? I'm not your enemy. We're supposed to be on the same team, but it's never felt that way. So anyway, with my dad, his wife had died in November, and my brother went down for the funeral. And my dad, he's a recovering alcoholic of 45 years or something. And my brother just brought his beer in and just popping cans, popping tops. And my dad couldn't take it. He broke and he drank. And then he told my brother, look, sorry, but you got to go. I mean, you can't be drinking around me. I can't handle it. So I talked to my brother, and he's like, oh, he's just just put him down like he's a big wuss or something because he can't handle being around alcohol 24/7. No, that's not a wuss. That's very strong, I think. Strong of a person to be able to say, look, I can't tolerate this for me, and this is my home. And, I think it's strong. I don't think it's weak.
I agree with you. That comes from strength. That's not weakness. Absolutely. And just briefly what Audrey was talking about, one of the reasons that we fall into addiction, I mean, there's lots of them, but one of them is that uncomfortability that we have. Even, I hear people say, I could have used to drink when I was in kindergarten because they started their lives uncomfortable. And it just kept going that way. And when they got a hold of a substance, they go, oh, this is so much better. The social lubricant, as they say, right? It makes it so much easier to be with civilians who are not addicts or alcoholics, and they can go out and drink, and then they can go home and they can not do that anymore. We don't have that luxury. We're a little bit different. A big part of recovery, and this has come up a lot lately, is figuring out how to be comfortable in that uncomfortability. How do we do that? It's interesting. Somebody said it's discomfort the other day, and I went, no, that's not what it is. Discomfort is like physically being in discomfort. This uncomfortability is a psychological, it's an emotional feeling of, I just don't feel right. Something isn't right. I don't know what it is, but it's not right. And that's what these outside substances were helping us hide from, or whatever you want to call it, run from, flee from, hide from, block. Whatever it is, you can throw whatever word you want in there, but I think that's what we're talking about. And when we get into those social situations, it is very uncomfortable. And if we can't use a mood altering substance, to loosen us up a little bit, then it's just us, man. And we're hung out to dry, right? This is me. It's just me. There's nothing else going on here. And that could be just as scary as the withdrawals, I think. And, being free of substances. It's terrifying. Terrifying.
I think Audrey brought up a good point, checking in with yourself. Fortunately, I'm so grateful that I have a wife who understands and is in recovery herself. When we were getting married, like, that's what we did. We were like, we need to check in with each other and see how we're doing, if
See,
we're
that's
overwhelmed. It's
priceless.
helpful. It's helpful. I mean, it really is. But I don't know. I needed to know when to do it, right? Like, that's the hard
It's
part. Right?
priceless, though, to have that.
It is. It's a blessing for me. I
The way you
super
talk
grateful.
about her, and Frankie talks about his wife, just so loving. And it's a wonderful thing, guys. Really is. You can see it from the outside. I mean, y'all are in love,
I do love my wife, and I am looking forward to a family myself.
I do love mine as well.
And Frankie's got a new edition coming in 3 weeks too. So that's gonna
Wow.
The Prince of Brooklyn, P.O.B.
Wow.
Prince of Brooklyn.
Y'all picked a name?
Do you say P.O.B.?
P.O.B.
Pob? Prince of
Pob.
Brooklyn?
Pob.
Oh my God.
Are you doing the Lion King? What are you doing?
Do you have the name?
It was kind of like a mix of like The Lion King and Godfather 2, sort of. Anyway,
Great.
Gonna be little Frankie?
Yeah, back to what Amy said about your family situation. I think it was, again, like your family member was being very strong for saying, I don't want to be around this. I can't be around this. Like, knowing your boundaries and your personal boundaries. And that's good that you could see that in someone else too.
But why didn't
So,
my
yeah.
brother see that he
Yeah.
shouldn't have disrespected him like that? I feel like he disrespected my dad by
Yeah.
even going around him drinking.
Is
But
he an alcoholic as well?
yeah, just bad.
If he was inebriated, I'm probably sure he wasn't thinking about it, right?
Oh, I'm sure.
Well, even
I'm
if he
sure.
wasn't, he probably wasn't thinking about it because he's in active addiction. So
Yeah,
Right.
you're
know,
just
what-
thinking about your next beer or your next,
right, yeah, exactly.
Or
But I
just
mean-
not thinking at all.
right.
You know what I mean? Just not thinking at all.
But
It's
then
just-
to talk to him and him to call my dad a pussy, I was like, I
Not
just had to let him go because I would have just cussed him out, and that's not going to solve anything. So
No. Definitely not. It's
just got to know when to step back and like my dad said, love from afar.
detach with love, they call it, right? We have to step back a little bit and say, okay, you know what? You can't be part of my life right now. That's a tough one, especially with family, but it's necessary. I mean, that's the self-care part that Audrey's
Very.
talking about too. And we have to watch out for ourselves because
Yes.
it's life and death, right?
And see, I had to realize that, Chris. I had to come to realize that I really need to start worrying about Amy. I've always been a people pleaser and big time, and never really worried about my own self. And it doesn't get you anywhere. I'm just letting people out there know you need to get yourself together first, and that before you can worry about someone else.
Absolutely.
100%. If you can't take care of yourself, how are you going to take care of anyone else? And if you don't love yourself, how are you going to love anybody else? That was a hard thing for me, right? Like,
Yeah.
just, I don't know. I didn't care about myself until I OD'd and I almost lost my life. Like that, it had to get to that point where I was like, wow, this is not okay. And I started valuing my life. I started putting value on my life.
And I'm sort of seeing that, my environment. It's not the best for me.
Well, and what I always say that, if we become the best version of ourselves that we can be, then everybody around us benefits. And that includes our kids, by the way, whether they're toddlers or tweens or babies, they pick up on all that stuff. We have to be, the best that we can be, and we have to take care of ourselves so that everybody else in our lives, can pick up on that and feel that and benefit from it.
It's so interesting you say that, Chris. When I went to go up to assemble my eldest niece's desk, she's like, "Number one uncle." I was like, "Oh, that's nice."
That's cool.
But nobody said that to me ever. So it was nice. So like
Yeah.
being the best version of me, people do notice, even a 12, 13-year-old, right?
Yes, absolutely. They do.
Yeah. And, they don't even realize what's going on, but they see it, right? Somehow. And I've heard it a million times when people say, somebody said to me, there's something different about you. And they couldn't tell me what it was. You did that once, Amy, I recall, with your older daughter. It was a great story, actually, because you had said to me, you said she's changed. She's acting very, very differently. And I don't understand what's going on. I said, it's not her. You're the one that's changed.
Right.
And she's reacting
remember
to
that.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was a beautiful moment, wasn't it?
It really was.
It was real.
It really was.
It was real solid proof that this works.
Yep.
If we keep taking care of ourselves, people see it. They want to be around us again.
Absolutely. Yes.
They don't run from us. They come toward us instead, and that's a whole different way of seeing things. You're living proof that it works. And so is John with his niece. I mean, it's real, man. This is real stuff.
And they pick up. I'm
They do.
telling you. Because my daughter's not a 6-year-old's like, my dad doesn't like my mom. I'm like, damn, that's heavy.
Yeah, I'll say.
She says it all the time. So it's like, go figure, right?
Kids are smart.
Say
They
the
see
darndest thing.
Yeah. Well, she's seeing it, right?
And that's just weird. I've never had that before, so it's strange. And I feel it's true. So I think it's about time.
And my belief is like, if it feels right in my heart and somebody's telling me otherwise, I just follow my whatever the feeling is in my
Right.
heart,
Right. Let's see,
the-
mine's not and hasn't for a while. So
like you're not feeling anything or no.
no. Not just shoot. Like resentment. Not feeling any good gushy feelings, So I don't know.
Gotta watch out for those resentments. Number one
Yep,
offender,
yep,
right?
yep.
Those will take us out in a hurry.
Big time.
Yeah, I got to be really careful about that stuff and think about, really what's important to you, what matters. That goes for all of us. I mean, I think that, I've been thinking about this a lot lately too, is getting sober and then trying to sort out what really matters, what purpose is, what my purpose is, and what really is the most important thing to me. And that's because I never considered that either. I spent the first 5 decades of my life doing for others, and I left myself out of the equation. And so I had no idea, absolutely no idea why I was here. What am I doing here? What am I doing? What's my purpose? What makes me happy? And not until recently, honestly. Last few weeks, I've spent a lot of time writing and thinking about that. I still didn't really think about it. And so it's taken me, 11 years in sobriety to get to that place. Sobriety is something that you build on, right? It starts out at something and it changes and it evolves and it grows. We consider different things along the way. I'm very slow, so it's taken me 11 years to get to this place. Some people it happens to a lot faster. They get there in a hurry. It's taken me a long time, but it's just kind of what you're talking about. It's really important to start considering our needs. How do we get to be the best person we can be if we're not taking those things into account?
Yeah, and like people can change. People are always changing and growing and evolving and everything. We're not just some like stagnant statue being. Like we're people. So as things change and evolve, we have to learn how to not even really go with the flow, but like change and evolve with ourselves and accept that things change and realize that like even I struggle realizing like, oh, no matter how much I'm okay with what's happening or like just feeling overall good about myself, there's always going to be that part of your life that will challenge you or that's like challenging yourself. Or for me, it's like a lot of me challenging myself that comes from other challenges. But yeah, that's difficult.
That's a good point, Audrey. Like for me, like if I feel like I'm not challenging myself, then I'm not growing as an individual. I don't know. That's kind of just me, but I feel like if I'm not stepping out of my comfort zone and on a daily basis, right? Like, am I learning something new? Or am I doing something good for myself? Take care of myself, whatever it is. Life is always changing, and it's an experience. It's a journey, and it's getting complacent and comfortable. I feel like I'm going to fall back into my old ways. So I don't want to do that. I want to continue to grow and in my own way. And as Chris stated, and as I poorly articulated earlier in the podcast, like discovering my my norms, like my who I am, like who I actually am. I've been an addict for over 16, 17 years. So it's more than half my life. So I'm just discovering, what feelings are, who I am, how I express myself. And it's nice to be able to do that and experience it, because Chris mentioned this earlier, purpose. Those were the last words I heard before I came back to my body after my OD. Your purpose hasn't been fulfilled. So see ya. Go back
That's
to her.
wicked.
So I don't know what my purpose
Wow,
is.
man.
I don't know what my purpose is, but I'm sure I'll find it along the way eventually. I don't know.
I have no doubt. And as long as we stay sober, you have a shot at that. And, and we have this wonderful opportunity to experience that personal growth every single day, a little bit every day, grow a little bit more every day. There's no reason to ever stop. It's a gift. Sobriety's a
But
gift,
people
man.
do though.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it is a gift because you learn so much more and you learn to value life more. And it is a gift.
It is. It's humbling to an extent, and I
Shoot,
don't know.
yeah.
Yeah, like I don't know, like now that I'm sober, and I guess I'm different than I used to be, and my family sees it, and I was the first one they called to ask to help for the desk. That was
Makes you feel
something.
good.
Yeah, it made me feel good. And I hope to have more of that in my life because I want to make as many good memories as I can. We have a finite amount of time on this earth. I know life's not going to be rainbows and sunshines all the time, but I can at least make the best of it and do my best and try to navigate life in the best way I can. That's all I can do. But there are times where it is challenging because I do get stuck in my head about if I'm feeling off or whatever it is. But fortunately I have such a good support system. It does make it a bit easier to deal with those types of situations or cope with them. And I hope that it's sad when I hear somebody in my past has passed away from an OD, or I feel like I've been given a new lease on life, and it's time to turn to a new page, a new chapter. I don't want to do what I was doing before. It was disgusting. I find it repulsive and deadly.
I don't think there's anyone who would in recovery who wouldn't say that. I don't want to do what I was doing before. It was disgusting. You're right. I'm there. I'm right there with you. It's horrible. It was really awful, and it's nice to not be in that place anymore.
And we suck at it. We're terrible at it. Why do we want to do this to ourselves? We're so fucking bad at it.
Yeah, it's awful.
Like, let's get good at living life because we suck at being drug addicts.
Amen.
Yeah.
Facts.
I like that. Let's get good at living life. It's a great way of putting it. It's exactly what we're doing.
When we starting that t-shirt company, Frankie?
Yeah, that one's
For
going.
real.
That one's
Yeah,
going on
seriously.
one of their t-shirts.
For real. I think we're onto something here.
All right, gang. Well, guess what? It's gratitude time already. Hard to believe, but that's where we've gotten to. And so, Amy, you get to go first. Maybe. Are you there?
I
Are
am.
you with
Yes,
us?
I
Oh,
am.
yes,
Yeah.
you are. Okay.
I'm great.
Oh, there she is.
This is my little Wednesday.
Look at that.
She has a little Wednesday costume
That's
on.
cute.
But she's the love of my life. So yeah. So grateful. And for y'all always.
Thanks. Frankie.
As always, I am grateful for this group, my sobriety, my health, my family, of course, and as always, my wonderful and understanding wife. And this week, I'm grateful for the things that I've taken advantage of all my life. The microwave. I have a microwave in my home for the first time in 14 years.
Wow.
Wow.
I'm going to microwave the shit out of everything. So excited. I've been cooking things on the stove for the last 14 years. Oh, I got to heat up a little wonton soup. I'll do it on the stove. I am going to microwave the shit out of everything. And I'm grateful for that. Love you guys.
That's a new one. Audrey, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm also grateful for my microwave, even though it is literally like as old as me. It's like 25 years old. It's like affixed to the ceiling and still kicking. So yeah, microwaves are great. But yeah, on a real note, thankful for everyone here. Thankful I get the opportunity to do this. I'm thankful for my dog. Sorry, I kept like waving my arms. He was barking, and grateful for him. He's really cute, but he barks a lot. So yeah, thanks everyone for listening as well.
John, you're up.
Sure. I'm super grateful to be here on the podcast and in this group. Such a great group. And I'm grateful for everybody here and my sober support system, Midtown Health Wellness, Indigo Recovery, for my family, for my loving, understanding wife, and just another day alive and sober. I'm really grateful for that. I'm grateful to be alive here and present. Grateful for that. Thank you.
Thanks. As always, I'm extremely grateful for you guys and your wisdom and help in navigating whatever it is the hell we're doing. This life thing, right, that we've been talking about. Getting better at it, getting better at life together, which is a hell of a lot easier than doing it alone, isn't it? And I'm very grateful for that. I'm really grateful for the opportunity to be able to do this. I don't even know what to say about that. It's just the weirdest thing. I couldn't have imagined back in the day that I'd be having these conversations and putting it on a YouTube channel of all things. So go figure. Huh? Who knows
Who
where
would have
life's-
thought?
Yeah, who would have thought, right? We don't know where life's going to take us, but here we are, and it's all good. So thanks, guys, again for another great hour. Thanks to our listeners, and thanks for the comments we've been getting. We're starting to get some people chiming in and saying things out there, and we've been responding. So thanks. Keep on doing it, guys. Everybody out there, we love to hear from you. It's great. That's it for now. Thanks again. See you guys in a couple of weeks.
Yes, absolutely.
Potato taters.